Brooklyn. Welcome back to the Brooklynite TV podcast, where we dive deep into the stories that shape our vibrant borough. I'm your host, Frank, and today we're focusing on a topic that's been making quite the headlines and causing quite the stir. The recent surge in bed and breakfast foreclosures right here in our city. It's a story that sheds light on a broader economic trend and the shifting landscape of real estate investments. So let's get into it. The B&B foreclosure crisis. Brooklyn's bed and breakfasts, or B&Bs, have long been a cherished part of our city's hospitality scene. These quaint, personalized lodgings offer visitors a taste of Brooklyn's unique neighborhoods and charm. They're not just places to stay, they're a slice of local life. But recently there's been a troubling rise in B&B foreclosures across the city, and today we're exploring why this is happening and what it means for the borough of Brooklyn. Now, to understand the root of this issue, we need to look at a few key factors. The most significant one among them is a phenomenon that's been impacting businesses across various sectors. It's a severe investment drought. So, what exactly does this mean, and how has it led to this crisis? Let's start with a bit of context. The COVID-19 pandemic was a game changer for the hospitality industry. As travel came to a standstill and restrictions tightened, many B&Bs experienced a dramatic drop in bookings. With fewer tourists and visitors, these businesses faced substantial revenue losses. It wasn't just a temporary dip, it was a deep, protracted challenge that many have struggled to overcome. Now, you might think that as restrictions eased and travel picked up, things would quickly bounce back. Unfortunately, the recovery has been slow. Even as travel numbers have started to improve, the hospitality sector, and specifically B&Bs, hasn't returned to its pre-pandemic levels. This sluggish recovery is partly due to the persistent consumer caution and shifting traveling trends. Now, the reality is many B&Bs are still operating at reduced capacity or facing ongoing financial strain. This situation has made it increasingly difficult for these businesses to keep up with the mortgage payments and other operational costs. For some, the result has been foreclosures. When a property is seized by a lender due to a failure to meet financial obligations. But the pandemic is only part of the story. There's a broader trend at play here, the shift in investment patterns. Over the past decade, we're seeing a growing focus on high-growth sectors like technology and digital startups. Investors are drawn to these areas because they offer the potential for significant returns. In contrast, traditional real estate investments, including B&Bs, may seem less attractive by comparison. But in the past, investing in real estate, including B&Bs, was more straightforward and potentially lucrative option. However, with the rise of tech-driven investment opportunities and a volatile real estate market, traditional B&Bs are facing decreased investment interest. Investors are often looking for rapid growth and high returns, which has made the hospitality sector, particularly smaller B&Bs, less appealing. So adding this to the rise of short-term rental platforms like Airbnb has introduced intense competition for traditional B&Bs. These platforms allow property owners to rent out spaces on a short-term basis, often with greater flexibility and competitive pricing. For many B&Bs, competing with a broad range of options available on platforms like Airbnb has been challenging. The competition has contributed to decreased revenue for traditional B&Bs, exacerbating financial struggles. So what does this all mean for Brooklyn? The increase in B&B foreclosures is not merely a financial issue for businesses involved, it has broader implications for our neighborhoods and the local economy. So let's start with the physical impact. When B&Bs go into foreclosure, they often become vacant properties. These empty buildings can affect the aesthetics appeal of the neighborhoods. Vacant properties can lead to a sense of neglect, decreased property values, and become targets for vandalism or squatting or other issues. This physical deterioration can impact the overall atmosphere of a community. Now, on the economic front, B&Bs play a significant role in the local economy. They attract tourists who spend money at local restaurants, shops, and attractions. When B&Bs close, there's a reduction in foot traffic and spending in these local businesses. This decline ripples through the local economy, affecting everything from restaurant sales to employment levels, Culturally, B&Bs contribute to a unique character of Brooklyn's neighborhoods. Each B&B reflects the personality and charm of its area, offering visitors a genuine taste of local life. Losing these establishments can impact the cultural fabric of our communities, diminishing distinctiveness that makes Brooklyn so special. Now, it's important to consider the human element. For many B&B owners, their business represents more than just a financial investment. It's a labor of love. These owners have poured their time, their efforts, and often their life savings into creating a welcoming space for their guests. The prospect of foreclosure is not just a financial setback, it's an emotional one as well. Now, it affects not only the owners, but also their employees and many guests who have enjoyed their stay in the past. Now, as we look to address the B&B foreclosure crisis, several responses and potential solutions are emerging. Local government and community organizations are stepping up to offer support to affected businesses. Now, on the governmental side, there are programs designed to assist small businesses, including those in the hospitality sector. These programs may offer financial aid, tax relief, and other resources to help B&B owners navigate through these financial difficulties. But for many struggling businesses, this support can be crucial in avoiding foreclosures and maintaining operations. Community organizations and businesses associations are also playing a big role. They're working to connect with B&B owners with resources and opportunities that may help them through these difficult times. Additionally, there are discussions about how to repurpose vacant B&B properties in ways that benefit the community, such as converting them into affordable housing unit or other useful spaces, immigrant housing. But one promising approach is adaptive reuse. Instead of letting these properties fall into disrepair, there's interest in finding new uses for them that align with community needs. This could involve transforming vacant B&Bs into spaces that serve local residents, contributing to the overall well-being in a neighborhood. Now, while these efforts are valuable, they may not fully resolve the challenges faced by every B&B owner. The situation is complex, and finding solutions requires ongoing effort and creativity from all sectors of the community. Now, as we move forward, it's crucial for us to stay engaged and informed about these issues. By understanding the challenges and supporting efforts to address them, we can contribute to a resilient and vibrant Brooklyn. Now, that's a wrap for today's segment on the B&B foreclosure crisis. It's a multi-faced issue with significant implications for our community, but with concerned efforts and support, there's hope for a positive outcome. Now, thank you for tuning in to the second episode of the Brooklynite TV podcast. Stay connected, stay informed, and join us next time for more stories that matter to our borough of Brooklyn. I'm Frank, and this has been fun. Until next time, Brooklyn, thanks for listening.